Hello everyone. So in this session we are going to study difference between spontaneous and stimulated emission and Einstein theory. So let us start with the differences. Difference between spontaneous and stimulated emission. So if we compare both the emissions, stimulated and spontaneous, the first difference is in case of stimulated emission, emission of light takes place with the help of external energy. We can say with the help of external inducement. Stimulated emission occurs with the help of external aid of external agency. It requires external agency, while spontaneous emission occurs without any external energy. Emission of light takes place in case of spontaneous emission without any external inducement. So this is the main difference between these two, where in case of stimulated emission takes place with the help of external energy, where we are giving in our case the external energy in the form of light. We can say a photon. The next difference is that in case of stimulated emission, photons get multiplied by chain reaction. Photons get multiplied by chain reaction, which doesn't happen in spontaneous emission. In spontaneous emission, chain reaction is not there. Photons doesn't get multiplied by chain reaction. This happens because in case of stimulated emission, we are applying energy to the atom while atom is in the excited state. When atom is already in the excited state and we give it the energy, then the chain reaction will be produced. So the next difference is spontaneous emission is a random process, but stimulated emission is not. Stimulated emission is not a random process. Spontaneous emission is a random process. Next difference is stimulated emission is controllable, while spontaneous emission is an uncontrollable process. Stimulated emission depends upon the energy that we are applying, that we are giving to the atom. So we can say we can control stimulated emission, but spontaneous emission occurs very quickly, immediately within nanoseconds, right? It is uncontrollable process. In case of spontaneous emission, we cannot control the emission as we are not applying external energy, as this emission does not depend upon the energy that we are applying, right? Then next is intensity. The difference that the parameter is intensity. Now if we talk about stimulated emission, in stimulated emission we are applying external energy due to which photon chain reaction is appearing, right? Photon chain reaction is produced. This is the reason that the intensity of light produced due to stimulated emission will be very much higher than that of spontaneous emission, and as a result more intensity will be there in case of stimulated emission. While in case of spontaneous emission, the light intensity will be much lower than that of stimulated emission. Then next is depends upon the radiation. Stimulated emission emits radiation which is highly monochromatic, while spontaneous emission emits light which is polychromatic. Now monochromatic means, mono means single, chrome means color, poly means multi, right? Chrome means color. So stimulated emissions emits light which is almost of single wavelength, we can say, right? So it is monochromatic, while spontaneous emission emits light which will not be monochromatic, it will be polychromatic, and its angular spread or wavelength spread will be higher than that of stimulated emission. So these are the basic differences between stimulated and spontaneous emission. Main differences: in case of stimulated emission we are applying external energy, while in case of spontaneous emission we are not applying any inducement, we are not applying any external aid or any external energy. It occurs on its own, it is uncontrollable, it is random process, it produces polychromatic radiation, and it is of less intensity. Okay, so now let us go to the Einstein theory of matter radiation, and before starting this Einstein's theory, let us go through the basic processes again. There are three basic processes that are involved in laser. First one is induced absorption, the first diagram you can see. Second one is second and third are the emission processes. Second is spontaneous emission and third is stimulated emission. So if we talk about absorption, what happens when we apply light or any photon to atom? Atom is in the ground state before absorption. Atom absorbs this energy and go to the higher state. This process is known as absorption. In case of spontaneous atom is in the excited state. It comes to the ground state and emits a photon. This is spontaneous emission. It occurs on the spot immediately. Then stimulated emission, when atom is in the excited state and if external energy is applied to this, then atom will absorb this energy. It will come to the ground state and it will produces more photon than in case of spontaneous emission. Photon chain reaction will be there. So out of all these three processes, there are two processes which requires external energy. One is absorption, second one is stimulated emission, our third process, right? So that is why the rate of absorption and the rate of stimulated emission depends upon rho. Rho is the energy density of the external energy that is applied to the atom. So first equation is R12 is equal to B12 N1 rho. R12 is the rate of absorption, right? Rate of absorption when atoms are going from one level to two level. One is ground state and second is excited state, right? So it is B12, A21 and B21 are the Einstein coefficients, right? N1 is the population, which means number of atoms in ground state. N2 is the number of atoms in excited state, right? And R21 SP means rate of spontaneous emission. R21 means emission, R12 means absorption, right? SP means spontaneous, ST means stimulated emission. Okay, so now in equilibrium condition, what happens? Rate of absorption is equal to rate of emission, right? Now carefully see the equations, right? Rate of absorption is equal to rate of emission. So here in our case there are two emissions, spontaneous and stimulated. That is why R12 is equal to R21 SP plus R21 ST. So if we substitute the equation of rate of absorption, which is equal to rate of emission, so it will be B12 N1 rho is equal to A21 N2 plus B21 N2 rho. Right? So this is the equation that expresses the rate of absorption, which should be equal to rate of emission in equilibrium condition. Okay, so here we are going to derive basically Einstein coefficients. Let us start with this. While rate of absorption is equal to rate of equation, right? Now carefully remember this equation 4, which is B12 N1 rho is equal to A21 N2 plus B21 N2 rho, right? Okay, now from this equation, if we carry out, right, this equation 4, if we take the B coefficients terms on the left hand side, then the equation will be this B12 N1 minus B2 N2. Of course rho is taken common, is equal to A12 N2. Now if we make the subject rho, right, so the equation will be A21 N2 upon B12 N1 minus B21 N2. Let us divide this equation by N2. So the equation will be rho is equal to A21 upon B12 N1 by N2 minus B21. Okay, now this is equation 5. Remember this equation, rho is equal to A21 B12 N1 by N2 minus B21. Okay. So now according to Boltzmann distribution law, N1, what is N1? N1 is the number of atoms in ground state, while N2 is the number of atoms in excited state. So according to the Boltzmann distribution law, N1 is expressed as N0 e raised to minus E1 by kBt and N2 is equal to N0 e raised to minus E2 by kBt. Okay, here T is temperature, Kb is Boltzmann constant, E1 is the energy of ground state and E2 is the energy in the excited state. Okay, so if we substitute this equation, right, to obtain N1 by N2, we'll get e raised to minus E2 minus E1 upon kBt. Okay, so which will give e raised to minus h nu upon kBt. Why? Because E2 minus E1 is equal to h nu where h is Planck's constant and mu is the frequency. So if we inverse this equation, we'll get n1 by n2 e raised to h nu upon kBt. Okay. So let us substitute this value into equation 5, and now instead of n1 by n2 we are substituting e raised to h nu by kBt. So substituting this equation, we'll get rho is equal to A21 upon B12 e raised to h nu by kBt minus B21. Okay. Now let us take B21 common from the denominator. So the equation will be A21 upon B21, 1 upon B12 upon B21 e raised to h nu upon kBt minus 1. Right. Now this B12 and B21 are the same kind of constant, right? Both depends upon the energy density. So for simplicity, for case of simplicity, we can take B12 is equal to B21, right? Also from Planck's blackbody radiation law, energy density is given by 8 pi h nu cube by c cube 1 upon e raised to h nu by kBt minus 1. Right, again according to the Planck's blackbody theory of radiation, energy density, the standard formula of energy density is rho is equal to 8 pi h nu cube upon c cube 1 upon e raised to h nu upon kBt minus 1. Right. So if we compare equation 10 with equation 11, we can say both are similar kind of equation. Right, this equation matches, the nature of the equation matches. So if we compare this equation, if we take B12 is equal to B21, right, the nature of equation is same. We can say that the constants or the coefficients A21 by B21 is equivalent to 8 pi h nu cube by c cube. Right, so comparing this equation, right, we can say A21 by B21 is equal to 8 pi h nu cube by c cube, or we can say if we take B12, B21 as B and A21 as A, we can say that A by B is equal to 8 pi h nu cube upon c cube. So this is the derivation of Einstein coefficient, and A and B are called Einstein coefficients or Einstein constants. So this is all about Einstein theory of matter radiation. Okay, so now let us see ratio of spontaneous and stimulated emissions. So we already know that the rate of emission in case of spontaneous as well stimulated is given by B21N2 rho and A21N2. Right, A21N2 in case of spontaneous emission and B21N2 rho in case of stimulated emission, as stimulated emission depends upon the energy density. So in that case the quantity rho is appearing, right? So here we can take the ratio of spontaneous to stimulated or stimulated to spontaneous as well. So let us start with the ratio of stimulated to spontaneous, which is B21N2 rho upon A21N2. Also, we have derived this equation from Einstein theory that B21 rho upon A21 is equal to 1 upon B12 B21 e raised to h nu upon kBt minus 1. And now we have already seen that B12 is equal to B21 is taken as both are having same kind of nature, both depends of energy density, right? Also the N2 term is common in case of emission, so it is cancelled out. Now compare equation 14 and 15. Right, R21 stimulated upon R21 spontaneous will be simply 1 upon e raised to h nu upon kBt minus 1. Here we are replacing the RHS of equation 14, right? So if we substitute this equation, the equation in 15, the right hand side equation of equation 15 will be 1 upon e raised to h nu upon kBt minus 1, because we are taking B12 as B21. So the equation will be R21 stimulated upon R21 spontaneous is equal to 1 upon e raised to h nu upon kBt minus 1. If we need the ratio of spontaneous emission to stimulated emission, it will be e raised to h nu upon kBt minus 1. So this is all about this session. Thank you.